Hey people, Jeff Detalis from EatLivePrimal.com. I just got done with the Buffalo Marathon, 26.2 miles. I want to do a quick video post so I don't have revisionist history as to what went down today. So in a nutshell, the last 17 months, I stopped doing cardiovascular exercise. I haven't been on a cardio machine, treadmill, uh, stationary bike, elliptical, stepper, anything in a gym scenario for 17 months. Last year, I did a bodybuilding competition without doing any cardio exercise, not one stitch, to prove that changing your body composition is completely diet related, not exercise related. Took second place in my weight class, which is pretty respectable. So at that point, and I even kind of knew going into that, I said, well, let's go for. I mean, there was a body composition event, so now let's go for an endurance event without doing any cardiovascular exercise, because everybody thinks that the cardio exercise translates to endurance. And my thought process was that it's more diet based and body composition based. So I did complete the marathon today. It was approximately 4 hours, 54 minutes. I was at the halfway point. I did the half marathon. I have to go back. I'm sure the numbers are posted. Anybody can go on Buffalo Marathon website. I'm sure they'll have the numbers up. You can look up my name, Jeff Detalis, find out my half marathon time, and they had some other like 10K times and stuff posted. I know I did the first half pretty quick. I know I was under 209 for sure. Definitely, I don't want to exaggerate, but I was definitely under 209 for the half marathon. I was running with the pace runner, who was the pace guy that holds the flag, who was pacing out the full marathon at 4 hours and 20 minutes. I was right with him, within 5 feet of him, up to the 17-mile mark, past the 17-mile mark, and then I started falling apart. Calves cramping, hamstrings, quads, everything in my lower body, not just cramping, like literally Charlie horsing. And then feet, just everything. Really, the wheels came off 17, 18 miles and killed my time. I ended up finishing 4 hours, 54 minutes. It did. I had to dig my heels in. Took everything I had to finish. Anybody in their right mind would have, I was seriously debating, if I was able to finish at that point. It was that tough. So I don't want any runners or any athletes to think that I was, joking on them by doing this, because I have mad respect, especially after doing this, for the athletes that did the half marathon and the full marathon. It's I am in fear of the pain that my body is going to be in tomorrow, because of I know how I feel now. It's the hurt is going to be on. So there's no question about it. But and I have no intentions on doing this again. Don't get me wrong. This has been there, done that. I'm not an endurance athlete. It's not even a goal of mine. But if I was to do it again, I still wouldn't do cardiovascular exercise. I'm thoroughly convinced that is not the key to improving my time. What I would do is, if I was to do this again, I would definitely do it 10 to 15 pounds lighter personal body weight, with better body composition than I'm at now. And I know I'm coming in at somewhere between, I didn't weigh myself this morning, but all for the last 2 weeks, I'm between 178 and 180. My original goal was to come in and run this race at 168, which I didn't do. And I know if I did that, it would be a lot less painful than it was, and it would be more efficient, and the time would probably, it's only speculation as to how much better it would be, but there's no doubt that if I was lighter, I would run faster. It would be better. The other thing that you gain through experience, and the experience of running this, is my pace. Um, I had no business, I've never run more than 9 miles in my life, and I did it only once, and it was 2 years ago. So to jump right into the full marathon and running a half marathon pace of 205, 205 to 210, and then keeping a 420 marathon pace up to 17 miles, I was out of my league. And I should have known better, but at the time I was feeling good, so I was rolling with it. But I would definitely back down to at least come in lighter, try to take a 430 pace, 430, 440 pace right out of the box, and then decide toward the end if I wanted to accelerate if things were feeling good. So that's experience. I would chalk that up. The whole hydration process. Up until a couple days ago, I was I bought a bunch of stuff from the Hammer Nutrition, Perpetuum, and some Heat and stuff like that, and I used it during the week after my post regular workout with weight training, carb loading up on that stuff, and I actually felt achy. Um, there's some of the proteins that were in there after I read the label. They use some soy, which I don't do anything soy, and some of the sugars in there are rice based, which is a grain, which I don't do. I'm a caveman. I'm primal. So after a couple days of that, I aborted their products completely. I didn't use their gels, anything, and I went straight up with just some generic goo gels and some Gatorade. The Gatorade was getting nasty at the end. I should have watered it down. Should have did some more straight water. So some experience issues as far as how to hydrate and stuff like that. Um, I think if I was to do it again, which I'm not, um, that I could make some simple changes that would improve my time pretty well, but it's all speculative. But I still wouldn't. You know what else I would do? And I was thinking about this then. I would, because I all week I was doing a lot of like foam rolling, because usually even when I would run a small event, I would always get like this shoulder tightness and my back would get tight, and I experienced none of that, absolutely none of that. I wasn't winded at any point. My cardiovascular, my lungs were clean. I was breathing like a champ. It was literally, it was muscle endurance. Um, the cramping and some muscle endurance issues, which can be addressed through some weightlifting very easily. It doesn't have to be done with cardio, traditional cardio at least. So I would definitely, I would find somebody, and I happen to know somebody who's really good with the foam rolling stuff. A buddy of mine, Mike Heidinger, I would employ his services and really get my hips loose, because I could tell as I was running, certain things would be shutting down. My calves would be shutting down, and then I'd get them loosened up a little bit, and then my hamstrings would just lock up, and then my quads would lock up, and I had no glute activation, and just I'm experiencing all these things, and any runner knows. I'm not telling them anything they don't know or haven't gone through. But for somebody that hasn't done this, the experience was unbelievable. The highs and the lows and the euphoria and the hate and the tirades in your head and wanting to quit and all that, and um, interesting stuff. And it was just it was a character builder. So, but definitely mad respect to everybody who did it. Good stuff. That was the 2013. That was my Kentucky Derby, the first event of the Triple Crown. It was very humbling. Glad I did it. Um, it is what it is. And now we're going to move on to the Preakness event. So in July 13th, myself and a team of fine ladies will be getting together to do a deadlifting competition. So we're going to move from endurance to powerlifting. That'll be the Preakness, and the Belmont remains to be seen. So stay primal, people. Um, Thanks for all the support. Talk to you guys later. Thanks.